Ohio, I'm the Disney Critic. Now, for those who don't know what that is, you found this blog or you found my YouTube channel, links are right under. I critique Disney films from Snow White to the present day, from 1938 to Through the Renaissance, the live-action animations, and the live-action adaptations of the classic films. I am kept busy, and sadly I'm doing a Masters, and I'm working, so I had to kind of call hiatus on it for a while. Something had to give and had to be this. Right, first of all, I'm not a professional YouTube reviewer, there's loads of those. I'm just a cripple with an opinion. More to that in my previous video. Now, Beauty and the Beast is a fantastic Disney film. It is a labour of love for everyone involved. It is beautifully rendered. The costumes are amazing. The songs are pretty good. I'll get to that in a second. It's problematic. Now, in my previous, when I did the 1991 animated film, I kind of made it clear where my opinion was when it came to the service manipulating the situation. The Enchantress was a total bitch. Belle doesn't really do anything properly for herself. Long story. There's nothing really changed in this. I mean, okay, I don't like Belle in this that much either. Yeah, fine. Emma Watson does a great enough job. Even though she made this big deal, okay, I'm going to put a link to this article, that Belle is the first modern day Disney princess. Because fuck you if you're Mulan apparently, but no. There's been loads of modern day Disney princesses who do way more proactive stuff than Belle does. Okay, so imagine being Belle, okay? Belle was born to these parents in Paris, okay? Belle had to leave at a very early age and move to this poor provincial town. Okay, fine, okay? But once again, she still acts like she's better than everyone else. They make this such a magical deal, okay? The fact is that in this, Belle is the inventor. She makes a washing machine. She teaches little girls to read. She's still up her own arse, though, isn't she? I mean, seriously, Belle is totally up her own arse. Okay, alright, fine. I'm skipping ahead, okay? This is going to be in the ordered way I just think, okay? Belle was the kind of person who was so self-sacrificing. She gives up her plays quite dramatically for her father after he's kidnapped. You see her building a, rope ladder to get out of the castle, okay, the princess castle. But you never see her use it. A better example for the storyline to show how proactive she is would have been to have actually climbing down, ballsy, gutsy. She's making a choice, death or being with the beast. But no, she kind of, after he saves her life, she kind of gives up on that idea. It's kind of like, well, I made a choice, so Papa, I will stay. Piss off. Don't get me started on that crap, okay? Okay. So, my first problem with Belle is they make such a big drama, okay, about that she's feminist and she's strong, she's feisty, she's independent. She stays so she can learn how to break the curse. She doesn't really, because everything, as I said before, is given to her. She had most of the time, okay, moping and reading, and trying to break the curse and being there, and, okay. So, okay, fine, so she's still Belle, So modern day princess, my arse has been loads of them, okay. What's Elsa? Well, modern day queen. Anyway, okay, so my first issue with Belle, okay, and also, I said this before my previous one, okay, I was being kind last time. Emma Watson can't sing. No, she really can't. She can't friggin' sing. You need someone like Samantha Banks. You need someone like to be a fiercer singer, okay? Someone who's done Broadway and West End. Someone who could bring some panache to this. Someone who could bring some kind of, some independence and aggression and treat the world like her stage. But no, I think her eyebrows overact more than she does, okay? She's like in a permanent state of shock. Now, fine, she's doing a good enough job. I'm gonna leave it to that. Hey, listen, my blog is snarky. This is snarky, okay? I've got the rights to be snarky. Okay, so let's leave that behind for a second. Again, my opinion about Belle, all right? Okay, now the Beast. Okay, now the Beast, I will give Dan Stevens as the Prince Beast his dues. He was cursed when he was an adult. He was cursed to, be trapped into a beast and watch everyone he didn't probably care about until that moment, get turned into inanimate objects. He does a good enough job, but why the hell does he sound so annoyed or bored most of the time? I mean, one thing I love about the original film, and I'm going back to this, is the thing, that one scene to me that defines up his character, okay, who he really is when you actually get a proper conversation with him, is after Belle is being taken into her room, and he's like, I hope you like it here. The Stones have to encourage him to get him going. You know, and that's when it really hits you. He's a freaking child trapped in the body of this monster. You know, even though I actually do love the Beast. He's kind of really, really insecure in himself, you know. He's like, I hope you like it here. He sounds so little at that moment. That, to me, that sounds like the Beast character. With him being a grown-up, okay, with him being an adult, he is actually Belle's equal. It's quite funny how to progress the song, progress the film along. They actually make him her total equal. You know, I like the fact that he totally snarks when she likes Romeo and Juliet. I like the fact that he actually has read all the books in his library because, as he says himself, the benefits of a classic education. I like that. Weirdly enough, it shows like a different kind of mentality to the original Disney film. But at the same time, it's kind of like I sit there thinking, what about the Beast? What does, you know? He wants to be human, but sometimes he came across. Belle gets everything she wants to the point where the Beast came across a little bit bland. The whole thing, the visual one was about Beast maturity and growing up and all that kind of stuff. So why did, you know, what about him? What did he love? You know, what was his hobbies? What more about him? And one thing that pisses me off, okay, is this: he still hasn't got a name. At no point is his name said. It's Prince Adam, by the way. In a CD-ROM game it was mentioned many years ago. It was picked up by the fans. It pretty much became canon. And his name is Prince Adam. Okay? Fine, Prince Adam. Never mentioned. At the bit at the end, spoilers here, the bit at the end at the top of the castle, you know, when like the Gaston and the Beast are going for it, he says the words, I'm not a beast. Why don't you say, I'm Prince Adam? Just give us that. We don't ask so much as fans, but just acknowledge his freaking name. I'll give him another one, you know? Hey, in Snow White's Prince, okay, it's called Prince Florian. It appeared in the information about the film. They actually said in the film, but got picked up, okay? Prince Florian. Alright? But no, still hasn't got a name. Okay, secondly, I'm going to give, okay, visually, the mask, it's not a mask, okay? It's a CGI head. It's a sodden CGI head, okay, on the Beast. And there's one little problem in that, because the thing is, I heard that they were using, like, prosthetics, okay, and CGI elements, like in Jurassic Park, okay? It's a bit of a combination, which is why Jurassic Park really doesn't date. With this, it's like a pure CGI head. Now, that's fine and dandy, but at times it's not, because one little problem is this: the whole idea of the Beast is he's a bison, he's hunched over, okay? He's like 8-9 foot bloody tall. With this, sometimes it looks absolutely superb, it looks beautiful, and sometimes it looks bloody giant and obvious. Like when he's scenes where he's running, it's obvious it's a CGI head. I don't know why Dan Stevens, okay, didn't put bloody mask on, he's the Beast, and he stands way too upright too quickly. You know, I mean, the final moment where the Beast really becomes a human is when he stands up upright during Taylor's oldest time. That's when he twigs he's human. He is physically a human. He stands up. This, he does it way too quickly. It's too jarring. I mean, he gets some great lines though. I mean, I give him that. I like his maturity. Like, he got classic education. He's read all the books in his library. He's more than Belle's equal in all this. I kind of like that development. But at the same time, I think it's a bit of a letdown. And there's this one... I'm going to go to songs here, okay? There's one song he sings called Evermore. Now, in the original Western musical, okay, it's called If She Can't Love Me, okay, which I do recommend. He sings that. Honestly, it's a beautiful song, by the way. And the thing is, like I said before, taking their influences from. The Beast is inspired, okay, by another French work, okay, The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. There you go. He's very kind of fan to me sometimes in his singing. Okay, very, very fan to me. Fan to me is not a word, but it is now. And also, the original late 80s, early 90s, Beauty and the Beast, set in New York's subterranean tunnels with Ron Perlman and Linda Hamilton. He is educated like Vincent, but he's like the Phantom of the Opera. That's his influences there, okay? I like the fact he's actually educated. I mean, it kind of moves the plot along a little bit, because it adds like a good 40 minutes to the original runtime of the original Disney film. So they had to expand things out. Not hating on that. Seriously not hating on that. But at the same time, I just felt kind of frustrated by his character, because he feels like, you know, the whole thing, Belle gets, like in the original Disney film, Belle gets whatever she wants, and you know, everyone is kind of manipulating her behind the scenes. Hey, even the servants. Now, I'm going to cut to the servants here now, okay? Now, I said before briefly about Sir Ian McKellen, Emma Thompson, and Ewan McGregor. My problem right now, okay, is with the servants, is I cannot stand Mrs. Potts' character design. It's too boxy, it's too sharpish. Hey, but like Emma Thompson. At times she came across like Pamela Travers and Saving Mr. Banks. She's a bit too aggressive at times to be like the warm matronly figure that this film kind of needed. Hey, Ian McKellen did a great job, okay? Ewan McGregor, I found it problematic because I couldn't see his mouth. Me, yeah, fine, you can see his mouth moving, but the problem is, he's a frigging candelabra. You never get to really see his facial expressions. So I was like, okay, what the hell are you saying, man? And okay, I'm gonna cut this back a little bit, okay? All right, just hold on 1 second, okay? I've been talking now for 10 minutes. Oh, I can't edit. All right. Now, one thing I like about Beauty and the Beast compared to the rest of the Disney canon is it was the last time Disney employed the people who were more qualified to do the job over the characters. Disney had this thing now, and it started properly with Aladdin, called ink suit actors, where the characters were kind of designed to fit the actors, not the other way around. Best example is anything from DreamWorks, but Disney are just as guilty of that because it annoys the hell out of me. One thing I love about the original canon is, not like the early ones, is Disney had a habit of reusing the same voice actors. And I kind of like that. I mean, hey, I laughed my arse off when I watched The Jungle Book because you have Sterling Holloway doing Car. Basically sound like an evil Winnie the Pooh. He's also a Treasure Cat in Alice in Wonderland. That kind of stuff. It's kind of nice sometimes. Disney would use their contract and little contract players to a little thing. The Three of the Fairies in Sleeping Beauty, one of them voiced by a lady from Lady and the Tramp, the other one actually is a fairy godmother from Cinderella. That kind of thing, okay? Sometimes I sit there wondering, okay, if Disney are doing these live action versions of the classics, why do they keep going for stunt casting? Now, I'm not saying, okay, not three of them doing a good enough job. They do. The best one actually is Ian McKellen, who plays Cogsworth. Okay, because he kind of stepped into David Ogden Stiers quite nicely. But at the same time, I sit there thinking, why don't you skip back David Ogden Stiers? He's a Disney alumni. He's done several Disney film live actions. Sorry, Disney film animations. Why not hire him back? Why can't they start going for unknowns with these roles? I mean, they were good, okay, but it, on some level, it just annoys the hell out of me, okay? And Kevin Kline, well, Kevin Kline actually was Phoebus in another early Disney film, so I'm giving him a little bit of a break there. So, but now, Kevin Kline's Maurice, and this is quite interesting. Kevin Kline plays at Maurice way differently than he did in the original film. Maurice was a bumbling inventor. That goes to Belle. It's a bit more serious. Basically, Maurice makes music boxes, and he's permanently in mourning for his wife who passed away in Paris. The whole kind of Paris thing is like basically is Belle's motivation, if you will. I just sat there thinking, so Belle was from Paris, but she moved to the village at pretty much, I'm guessing, at quite a young age. Why does she think she's better than anyone else? And she kind of does. Okay, another issue. However, he played the role very subdued, and he did a very, very good job. I mean, when you find out what happened to Belle's mother, spoiler, she died of the plague, and Maurice actually had to leave her to die. Okay, I did notice the scenes in Paris. You saw a shot of the Cathedral de Notre Dame, and I didn't see the spire, but I wasn't looking at hard enough. A spire was built later on. Okay, the original construction. So in like the 19th century, so that's when you know a film is out of thing. A good version that gets it right is in Les Mis. The spire's not there. They took that out. Congrats. I didn't see the spire, so whoever pointed that out and took that out, good job, mate. So Belle was from Paris, so she's like a daughter of like craftsmen and artists. She's better than this poor provincial town. It just kind of annoys me. I mean, it's the whole kind of thing that Belle never really tries to integrate herself with said town. Okay, never ever does. Back to Belle. Now, one thing I did not like. Okay, I'm gonna go to hell for this one. Okay, I don't like the dress. I don't like the gold dress. During Taylor's oldest time, I really, really don't. It lacks the wow factor. I mean, one thing I liked about Cinderella, even though I snarked the hell out of Cinderella, is that Cinderella, her dress was the wow factor. It was literally taking the original animation, hand-drawn, and doing a bibbidi-bobbidi-bobbidi-boo sequence and just turning it vroom. It was beautiful and detailed and rendered and amazing. This was like, it's alright. Yeah, I wasn't impressed by the dress at all. It kind of didn't fit in. I mean, one thing I like about Cinderella's dress also managed to fit in with the dress styles, okay, of the actual time period. Just be a little bit more kind of vroom, okay? This, I just sat there thinking, the woman in the opening act, the woman in the sequence where the enchantress, I'll get to her in a second, cursed him. Those dresses were nicer than that gold dress. That gold dress was supposed to be Disney's wow factor. And it's not the fact that Emma Watson refused to wear a corset because Belle's the most modern Disney princess. It was the fact, okay, that it lacked the room that it needed. This is the moment, okay, where Belle and the Beast really, really properly connect. This is the moment where Belle guides the Beast to what she wants. She's the one, okay, grabs his hands, puts her, his hands on her body, telling her, I trust you. I physically trust you. Now that scene is beautifully done, and Emma Thompson, I will give her some dues to actually singing that song because she's not a natural singer. But that dress I thought was a little bit let downy. That's just my opinion, okay? Sorry, I said before bad leg, let me just adjust it. Okay, so, alright. So, that's kind of like my beef right now with this film. Okay, another one. Now, instead of, the magic mirror is there, but the Beast has like this book, which people can go into. It's kind of like a portal where you can go back in your memories, and you can see what happens to Belle's mother. His is a possible plot hole, okay? So, there's this magical portal that can take someone to anywhere they want to go to, okay? They can't physically interact with anyone in there. The Beast, I assume, has gone travelling, okay? Right. Belle goes into her past and goes to Paris and see what happens to her mum. Beautiful scene, quite tragic. Why doesn't Belle use that portal to save Maurice when he's being attacked by the mob at the end? Just saying. Okay, so yeah, so they've got a magical portal, so they've got the opportunity to go anywhere they want while they're confined in this castle. Yeah, we can't interact with anyone, but you can still go exploring a little bit. But no, shows them that, and the Beast is truly apologetic to the fact that he made her upset. But that's kind of like, showing you your past, moving it on kind of thing. Now, now, as I said before, Human Again, mercifully, is not in this film. Oh, God, here we go. Let me just pull up the thing, so we get the songs right. Alright, there's another song called Moments in the Sun, Days in the Sun, done by all the servants instead of Human Again. Now, in my original critique of Beauty and the Beast, my second chapter, was it the third, I actually called it the Servants' Agenda. It's been much an agenda, so basically how much they want to be human, how much they want to be free. Good song, nice ensemble. Okay, Stanley Tucci. Okay, so Stanley Tucci is in this actually. He plays like the harmonium kind of thing. He's actually got quite a nice voice. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, I feel it's a bit criminally underused. And why the hell was he there? Stunt casting. But yeah, that's that own personal I Want song, and it's a little bit jarring. A little bit. Okay. Anyway. Talking for 20 minutes, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to do a second part because you're probably sick of sound of my voice at the moment. I'll get back to you in a second.